Hello, my dear. How are you?
Good. We always have so much fun when you come in.
Thank
Not
you.
only do you bring in deliciousness, you also leave behind deliciousness. So the crew's just like, oh, cheese. But not just any cheese.
Lots of
This
cheese.
is special cheese, too. Tell us where you've been and where we're starting, what I'm eating.
So the Dairy Farms of Canada hosted the 9th annual Canadian Cheese Grand Prix. This is like the who's who of cheese, the best of cheese across Canada. So they had to be 100% Canadian dairy milk.
All of this is
Beautiful,
Canadian.
yes. And we tasted 268 cheeses from across Canada. That's a lot of cheese, but I love cheese.
All right.
I love
cheese. Where do you put it?
You know what? As you taste the cheese, you're tasting amazing cheeses.
Right.
Like, you're tasting the passion from cheesemakers in this cheese. So it's actually a beautiful thing to taste all this cheese. It's actually a true honor.
You're giving us a little bit of direction if we do want to have that gorgeous cheese platter.
So these are some of our champions. We had 27 champions, so 27 categories.
Right.
And we announced a champion in each category. And ultimately, we came up with a grand champion, which we'll talk about momentarily.
That will be the pièce de résistance.
So, for example, cherry bocconcini.
All right, going right in.
Yeah, when you think of bocconcini, how do you make this a champion? People think of bocconcini like a little squash bowl. You know, you can play around in the garden with the kids in it, bounce around. It has no flavor. You marinate it, and as you tear that one, look at that. Look at that texture. It falls apart in your hand.
It's like burrata.
Oh my gosh, even better. And then you put it in your mouth. That creaminess, it's gone.
Right.
Beautiful.
Light. Delicious.
Our blue cheese. Okay, let me tell you how to taste blue cheese for the very first time.
Okay.
You take cheese, blue cheese, and you unwrap it and let it breathe. Most people hate blue cheese because it's stinky and smelly.
They're afraid
and
of
smells
it.
your socks.
If you have it the right way.
Exactly. Bring it up to temperature. Just take it out of your fridge for a little bit, unwrap it, let it breathe, and then taste it again for the very first time.
Do you have a beginner blue?
You know, look for mild veining.
Right.
Make sure you
So
bring
like
it up to temperature.
or something along that line?
And if you don't like blue, put a little bit of honey on your blue cheese. Oh, it sets it to the, it's amazing. This year we had some new categories. So this is Heidi from Farmhouse, Natural Cheeses. And this is kind of like, go for it. This is a Gouda style cheese. And as you're going in there, oh yeah, nice and thin. Right. And that's the thing, you know, when you eat cheese, you don't want to eat a large cheese like that. Beautiful thin slice, how you did it there. Perfect. And you taste that. And you're looking for tang. And so it's like sharp. A little salt.
A little bit of salt.
And that tanginess, it's going to set your taste buds
this.
alive. It makes
That's
it go like
perfect.
this, and it's like awesome.
We're just
TV.
eating cheese. Never mind. This happens with him. I can't handle the energy. It's so
And
good.
as you go through cheeses, you go through like cloth-bound cheeses, excuse me. Beautiful Gouda. And fantastic Gouda. So when we're doing the judging, we had the whole wheel there. So we didn't see any of these markings on the cheese. So it's all blind tasting too. Oh. We had no idea who it came from. This is from Alberta. So we had 4 winners from Alberta, 4 from British Columbia, some beautiful ones from Quebec.
I didn't realize that Gouda had the holes in it.
The holes are very, very important, how you develop the holes and this verification of holes. Like we were trying to tear these cheeses apart. Cormac's Brie, a beautiful style Brie. And you know, we're slowly going away from the word brie and actually talking about the cheeses, what they are, like a soft bloom cheese, a full cream cheese. Now people say brie and camembert, what's the difference? It's geographical, actually.
Right.
It's only 200
So
kilometers
how do you
apart.
have a Comox Brie? Comox Vancouver Island Brie.
Yes. So what it's a brie style. And that's how we're calling them. So that's why we're going to go more towards a soft bloom style, which we're going to talk about, which is our grand champion.
Let's try.
So,
let's talk about your grand champion.
So, here we go. Ready?
Yes,
this is a beautiful brie. In our soft cheese, creamy.
And local, supporting local, right? Oh, 30 seconds, we gotta get to the grand champion.
So, dun, 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 dun.
Is this what
Out
stinks?
of all champions, we had a grand champion. It stinks, but it's, I want people to get over their fears of smelling cheese. So what happens? This is La Liberté from Fromagerie de Presbytère. And look at
Just say that again, it sounds so sexy.
Fromagerie de Presbytère, but look at that creamy.
Right? It really does.
Stick your finger in there.
It really does smell like gym socks.
Oh, it smells like gym socks. You know, it looks like...
But it tastes like magic. I learned this from my French friends.
Yeah.
The stinkier and grosser the smell, the more delicious and addictive the cheese.
And you can tell why that's a grand champion.
Good.
You just want to keep going back to that. You want to put that on a cracker. You just want to...
The zest. Okay, so this is La Liberté.
So
where can we get this?
So people can, you know, to find out about all 27 champions and our grand champion, we put together a PDF. So you can go on the website dairyfarmers.ca/Grand Prix. Print out the PDF and go to your local cheese store and say, look, I saw this one with Julian and Jody on breakfast television. Can you get me this cheese? Or do you have this cheese? Or do you have this blue? And that way you know the name of the cheese as you're going in.
And then they can order it for us.
Exactly. Exactly.
Got it. That is delicious.
Absolutely stunning, isn't it? You know why it's our grand champion now?
Don't be scared.
Nope.
Don't be scared of the stink. Thank you, Julian Vaughn.
You're very welcome.